Hello and welcome back to another Omni Heroes video. In this video we're going to have a look at the new Behemoth. So Behemoth is the Ice Queen. Looks like a farf. hold on, hold on. Here we go. So this is the true Crater Huff Behemoth. Haste. When Crater Behemoth enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain trample and gain XX until the end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. This is the true and tried and tested Behemoth. I'm expecting something like this. What a fatty. Hold on. And here we go, we are back. So, after that little aside, this is the new Doom's Monarch. She is a Celestial, so she does not pair, which she pairs very, very well on that Doom's team. But getting a fourth Doom Monarch means that you can run a true Doom's Monarch team, and this is going to be a powerful team. I do not think you even need to care what Behemoth does. Just know that she is probably going to be the strongest out of all of them, solely because of the Dooms and the Dooms and the Monarchs synergy. No two ways about it. I think she's going to be the strongest out of all of them. I said that about Isis though, and I think that Ra is actually probably the best so far that I've seen. Don't have I do have Isis up to 9 stars. She has started to put some work in after some corrective programming from the devs to change the way that she functions a little bit, and she works much better, much better. But I still think that Doom Monarch is going to be so strong with the likes of Halissa, Merlin, and Leviathan on the team. You can also add Victoria in there. You can add Cleo in there for additional protection to get the full true 5 Doom Monarch team. This is a dream come true. Having 5 Doom Monarchs, it's got to be exceptional. But her actual attack, Behemoth deals a 395% physical damage to all enemies and applies taunt for 1 round. There's no chance in that. She just applies taunt. We've seen this somewhere before. He is the stone, the rock that got everybody through many rounds of Rift Odyssey. That is Elmer. He does apply taunt. This taunt mechanic will be useless, absolutely useless in later stages of Rift Odyssey. From I think Nightmare onwards, this last ability will be useless, but it will be really impactful in everywhere else. Everywhere else that you can apply control effects to enemies, this is going to be so powerful, especially on that Dooms team. Really is, especially paired, maybe even putting Doris on that Dooms team. The Doom Monarch team. It's going to be exceptional. The fact that they must attack Behemoth is just going to be it's just going to be silly, absolutely silly. We'll see what the rest of her passive is though. When you do get up to 8 stars, she does go up to 474% physical damage. Very strong. Again, it's about average. It's about average percentage wise. We've seen up to 600, 700% for a DD unit, and as low as sort of 200 to 300% as well. So it's about that middle range if you get her up to 8 stars. Now the next one doesn't taunt. She does physical damage to all enemies again. So damaging all enemies and damaging all enemies again. It's going to be really powerful. I really enjoy this effect. The all enemies, it just means that you can run her in Rift Odyssey, means that you can run her in Celestial Trials against particular bosses, the Forgotten Realms, everywhere. This is going to be really effective attack everywhere. Unfortunately, again, it doesn't do very much besides the additional taunt. That taunt is going to be strong, but it's not like applies burn or whatever, or applies frost. When she does it, it just is what it is. So we'll move on to the next passive is 9 stars. You get up to 192% physical damage. Again, it's only an increase of 30%. Might be good, but we'll see. Now, she increases her own speed by 3. I think this is going to be 30. So Behemoth permanently increases her speed by 30. Additionally, the slower enemies are in battle, the faster Behemoth acts, which means she's going to increase her speed I think anyway, she's going to increase her speed. It looks like a control effect that immobilizes target, tremor, so she may apply tremor. I don't see tremor anywhere on here. It's in there though, for some reason. Maybe that's what that last passive means. So if they're under the effect of tremor, then they are technically have 0 speed. I think that's how it works. So they'll have 0 speed, so she will act even faster. So I think she has the potential to be really, really quick. We'll see though. We'll see. So against well, having a Gaia on the team will be a very effective combo with this because Gaia reduces all enemy speed by 30. So enemies are going to be much slower, which means Behemoth is going to be much, much faster. Now, she does have a very interesting 8-star passive, Cast Ultimate at the start of battle. When that will take effect, I don't know. I don't know. I think what you've got to take into consideration is this ultimate ability going to be cast before is the ultimate ability going to be cast before Holy Shields are applied? Because as we know, if you have 2 deviants on the team, your team will get 2 stacks of Holy Shield at the start of battle. Will this go first? Will this priority, this cast ultimate at the start of battle, go before the Holy Shield? If so, this is going to be such a powerful passive. It's going to be crazy. Like if you can get her attack up before that start, before the Holy Shields are applied, then she's going to be absolutely mental. Especially if you get her up to 11 stars, where you're going to increase her attack by 1% for every reflect rate that she's got. You start the battle and say Leviathan is giving her an additional 200% reflect rate. It will also increase her attack by 200%. So getting her attack up from the start of battle is going to be absolutely crazy. Now, something else to keep in mind when you do get her to 8 stars as well. This Tremor. There we go. Not Tremor. This Taunt effect here. Applies Taunt for 1 round. I think this is supposed to be Taunt, to be fair. But this will be applied from round 1. So it will be applied from round 1, and it will be applied from round 2 as well. So you'll have the first 2 rounds where the enemies are only doing basic attacks against Behemoth, which is going to be a very, very impactful thing indeed. It's going to be really, really strong. Having the first 2 rounds, enemies being completely taunted. I know it's going to cripple a lot. It's going to cripple a lot of people or a lot of units within the game. And the reason for that is because of doing ultimate attacks. For example, if you are taunted, you cannot do your ultimate attack unless you're Eudora. For whatever reason, Eudora can ultimate outside of that. Game logic, who knows. But effectively, you will be able to cripple a lot of units that do this. So doing basic attacks only in the first 2 rounds, although still basic attacks can be relatively strong. It's nowhere near as powerful as those ultimate attacks, and a lot of units do require to ultimate before they can really pop off. We'll see how it interacts with units like Chang, for example. Chang automatically does her ultimate after she does or after she takes an action. The same is true for Pandora. I want to see how this interacts with Pandora. The taunt effect, how it interacts with it, because whenever Pandora does a basic attack, instead she does her ultimate attack. So effectively, that's something you've got to watch out for. And I think it's one of the reasons that Behemoth is a Monarch as well. But again, we'll see, because all of the attacks are going to be directed at Behemoth for the first 2 turns. So you want her to be as tanky as you possibly can. That's the tactic with this unit. Now, the final passive, upon death, Behemoth summons a Behemoth Beast, inherits 2 times of Behemoth's max HP, which does not actively attack. Every 15 million rounds, it casts Taunt on all enemies for 20% rounds and increases the entire team's max HP and attack by 2. That is not bad. That is really crazy stats. Imagine every 15 million rounds something happens. I think the wording is slightly off on this, or the numbers are slightly off. I think these are all around. I think this is supposed to be every 2 rounds. It casts Taunt on all enemies for 20% rounds. This will be 2 rounds, or 1 round, I think. So it'll cast. Yeah. Let me just read this in the way that I think it's supposed to be worded. My brain, I've got this migraine. It's going from here all the way through to here, and it is what it is. I can barely read. It at the best of times. I am reasonably illiterate, so bear with me. Every 2 rounds, it casts taunt on all enemies for 20% rounds. So I think that means it's going to cast for 1 round. Effectively, it will be taunted and increases the entire team's max HP and attack by 15 million. I think that's how it's supposed to be. I think that's supposed to be. We'll see though. It may even be inherits 20% of Behemoth's max HP, which doesn't actively attack. Every 2 rounds, it casts taunt on all enemies for 2 rounds and increases the entire team's max HP and attack by 15 million. I think that is how it's supposed to be worded. Yes, and the HP and attack boosts are increased to 30 million. So going from 15 million to 30 million at 9 stars, I think is going to be very strong. So every 2 rounds, I think you should get an attack boost of 15 million. If you've got her at 7 stars, it's going to be 15 million and HP boosts 15 million as well, and bolstering that up every 2 rounds. HP and attack goes up to 30 million as long as this Behemoth survives. So yeah, we'll have to see. I think she's actually going to be very good against, very good with Isis. So the new unit from this season who brings back Spirit Warriors. If you bring back Behemoth and if it dies, she will summon another one of these beasts. So continually having these beasts available, increasing the attack and HP by 15 million. It's going to be a very interesting combo, and it's something that I am looking forward to testing out. Again, the taunt is going to be really strong. It just cripples ultimate attacks, cripples active skills, and it forces you to attack that specific unit. Whereas, you could just be let loose, and your team could die very, very quickly if enemies are allowed to ultimate and active skill. But with that taunt ability, I think it's going to be really, really strong. It already is with Elma. We've seen that plenty of times. The amount of times that Elma has massively crippled me when I have attempted to take on a Valiant's team, and then every round, because of the Grace of Shadows effect from the seasons passive and the Hope Tree, he just keeps ultimating and ultimating and ultimating, and there's just no way to stop it. Sometimes you just lose to taunt. I think the same will be true of this one, but we'll see. The seasonal passive, so this is only going to be active for season 10. 44%. You get up to 7 stars. You go up to 73. 8 stars, 73. 4 stars, 9 stars, it is 147%, and then 10 stars, 199%, plus an additional 107% on top of that. I think that's how it works for 11 stars. But realistically, you're looking to get it to 7 or 8 stars this season, and then build her up over the course of the next couple of seasons. So these final two are really only there for the top brass who are looking to get it to 10 stars, have a full red runes unlocked and all of that sort of stuff. So again, yeah, I think these are okay. They do the job. Now, there is no Oath Force on this one. It is super strange not to have an Oath Force on this one. So I have recently released, or it would have been yesterday, I would have released the Lilith video. She does increase, I think the way that she does it, she increases attack by 50%. She increases attack by 50%, something like that. Every action, or it stacks up to 50 times, something like that. But on this one, unlocked one here is at 10 stars, 5, 5, and 5, going up to an additional 10%. This is incorrect. I believe this in my heart of hearts. I believe this is incorrect. This Oath Force will change when she is released. We will see what it is. It may be potentially that she takes another action, something like that, or she casts her ultimate twice, or I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't want to speculate on it, but I know for a fact that this is incorrect, or at least not for a fact, but I feel as though it is incorrect, considering we have had plenty of other much stronger Oath Forces in previous seasonal units, and even in this season's units as well. So let me know what you guys think about Behemoth. She is my go-to for this season's best unit. I think she's going to be the strongest out of all of them. But then again, we have not covered Tiamat yet, and Tiamat looks very exciting. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about Behemoth and where you would rate her within the current pantheon of the heroes that we do have. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic day, and good luck in whatever it is that you are doing.